Hello, I'm Dar Robbins, and it is truly a privilege to connect with you today. Have you ever found yourself standing in your kitchen, perhaps holding a simple loaf of bread, and a quiet, almost unsettling question drifts into your mind? Can I still eat this? For so many of us, especially as we navigate the journey of aging, and particularly if we're managing conditions like diabetes, something as fundamental, as comforting, as bread, has somehow become a source of doubt, even a whisper of fear. Think about it. We've been told, often for years, to avoid carbs. We hear bread is bad, or sweet breads are worse, and so, conscientiously, carefully, we step away from foods we once loved, believing it's the only way to safeguard our health. We banish them from our tables, not just physically, but emotionally. We replace joy with vigilance, tradition with restriction. But what if that story, that narrative of deprivation, isn't the full truth? What if, in our earnest efforts to be healthy, we've inadvertently lost sight of something profound? What if there are sweet, familiar, even nostalgic breads, yes, the kind you can find in any North American grocery store, that don't just not harm your blood sugar, but actually support it? What if the right slice could become a source of healing, not just sustenance, a reminder of comfort, not a cause for concern? Imagine reclaiming those cherished moments around the table, the warmth of toast in the morning, the satisfaction of a wholesome sandwich at lunch. Imagine a future where you eat not with anxiety, but with confidence, knowing you are nourishing your body and soul. That's precisely what we're going to explore together today. In this comprehensive journey, I will guide you through the latest, medically sound insights that challenge conventional wisdom. We'll uncover not just one or two, but 5 surprisingly sweet and common breads that are not only safe for seniors, especially those managing diabetes, but are powerfully supportive of stable blood sugar, better digestion, and sustained energy. And just as crucial, we'll candidly uncover which popular breads, those often disguised as healthy or innocent, truly deserve a cautious approach. This isn't just a video about bread, it's a conversation about reclaiming joy, honoring tradition, and rebuilding trust in your food choices as you age. It's about empowerment, not limitation. It's about understanding that vibrant, healthy aging isn't about giving up everything you love, but about making wiser, more informed choices that allow you to savor life fully. As your physician, my goal is always to empower you with knowledge. I've seen firsthand in my practice the confusion, the frustration, and often, the quiet resignation that can come with dietary restrictions. Particularly for older adults. You deserve clarity, you deserve practical solutions, and most importantly, you deserve to feel good about what you eat. So, are you ready to take the first bite towards a more empowered relationship with your food? Let's begin. Before we dive deep, a quick note: if you find this information valuable, please consider subscribing to this channel and hitting that notification bell. It ensures you won't miss future insights designed specifically for your well-being. And if you enjoy our discussion today, a quick 1 foot in the comments would let me know we're on the right track. If you feel there's room for improvement, a 0 foot will help me understand how to serve you better. Your feedback is invaluable. Now, let's talk bread. The truth about bread and your health, beyond the carb confusion. For decades, carbohydrates, and bread in particular, have been demonized. This sweeping generalization has led to widespread confusion, especially for those navigating chronic health conditions. But the truth, as often happens in medicine and nutrition, is far more nuanced. Not all carbohydrates are created equal, and not all breads will wreak havoc on your blood sugar. In fact, some can be allies. Our bodies need carbohydrates for energy. They are our primary fuel source. The type of carbohydrate, and how it's processed, digested, and absorbed, is what truly matters. Particularly for insulin sensitivity and blood sugar management. For seniors, steady energy levels are paramount for maintaining vitality, cognitive function, and preventing fatigue. The right bread can contribute significantly to this stability. Today, we're going to deconstruct the common myths and illuminate the science behind choosing breads that are beneficial. We'll look at the importance of fiber, the glycemic index, nutrient density, and even the often overlooked power of fermentation. These aren't just academic terms, they are the keys to unlocking a healthier, more enjoyable diet. Let's start with our first surprising discovery. a bread that embodies ancient wisdom and delivers modern power. 1. Sprouted grain bread. Ancient wisdom, modern power. There is a quiet kind of wisdom inherent in sprouted grain bread, a wisdom that speaks profoundly to the body as it ages and to the soul that still remembers simpler, more natural ways of eating. At first glance, this bread might seem dense, perhaps unfamiliar, even rugged, especially when compared to the soft, pristine white slices many of us grew up with, but beneath its earthy texture lies something truly rare in today's food landscape, food that respects you back. Sprouted grain bread is made not from conventionally milled flour, but from whole grains, such as wheat, barley, or millet, that have been allowed to sprout, or begin to germinate, before being gently ground and baked. That one small, yet profound, change, allowing the grain to awaken, to come to life, unlocks a remarkable transformation within its very structure. The science of sprouting for seniors. This germination process is a biochemical marvel. It initiates a series of enzymatic reactions that fundamentally alter the grain's nutritional profile and digestibility. Reduced glycemic impact. One of the most significant benefits for seniors, particularly those managing diabetes, is the reduction in the bread's glycemic index (GI). During sprouting, some of the complex carbohydrates are partially broken down, and the proportion of easily digestible starches decreases. This means sprouted grain bread won't cause the rapid, sharp spikes in blood sugar that typically follow the consumption of regular, refined grain breads. Instead, the release of glucose into your bloodstream is slower, more sustained, and gentler, leading to more stable energy levels and better blood sugar control throughout the day. This is critical for preventing the notorious sugar crash that can leave you feeling fatigued, irritable, or mentally foggy. Enhanced nutrient availability. Sprouting dramatically boosts the bioavailability of essential vitamins, minerals, and antioxidants. Grains naturally contain anti-nutrients, like phytic acid, which can bind to minerals such as iron, zinc, magnesium, and calcium and prevent their absorption. The sprouting process significantly degrades phytic acid, essentially unlocking these crucial nutrients. For older adults, who may face challenges with nutrient absorption due to age, related digestive changes or certain medications, this enhanced bioavailability is a game changer. You're not just eating calories, you're truly nourishing your body at a cellular level. Increased fiber and protein. Sprouted breads typically boast higher levels of both soluble and insoluble fiber compared to their unsprouted counterparts. Fiber is your ally in blood sugar management, as it slows digestion and glucose absorption. It also promotes satiety, keeping you fuller for longer, which can help manage weight and reduce unhealthy snacking. Furthermore, sprouting can slightly increase the protein content and improve the digestibility of proteins within the grain, offering a more balanced macronutrient profile. Improved digestion. For many seniors, digestive issues like bloating, gas, and discomfort are unfortunately common. The partial breakdown of starches and proteins during sprouting, combined with the higher fiber content, makes sprouted grain bread significantly easier to digest. Many individuals who experience sensitivity to traditional breads find sprouted versions to be remarkably gentle on their stomachs, leading to greater comfort and well-being after meals. Practical integration and emotional comfort. For seniors managing diabetes, this isn't merely a dietary modification, it's a profound shift towards something healing and empowering. As we age, our bodies become more sensitive, more selective, digestion slows, metabolic responses change, and we simply can't get away with eating the way we might have in our younger years. Sprouted bread steps in, not as a compromise or a sacrifice, but as a genuine support system. What's even more comforting is how familiar and versatile this bread can become in your daily routine. Toast it until crisp and top it with a thin layer of almond butter and a sprinkle of cinnamon for a blood sugar-friendly breakfast. Layer it with fresh avocado and a pinch of sea salt for a nutrient-dense snack. Or enjoy a warm slice with a perfectly poached egg and a side of greens for a satisfying meal. These aren't sacrifices, they are mindful rituals of self-care. And over time, they help to rebuild your relationship with food, replacing fear and guilt with confidence and enjoyment. Many older adults I've spoken with tell me that making the switch to sprouted grain bread gave them back something they didn't even realize they had lost. The ability to enjoy bread again without remorse. To eat with both nourishment and nostalgia. To make breakfast something to eagerly anticipate, not something to dread or avoid. And just when you think bread couldn't be more surprising in its ability to support your health, wait until you learn how a humble bowl of oats transforms into one of the gentlest, most diabetes-friendly breads around. It's not just about what's healthy, it's about what's truly healing. Let's take a closer look. 2. Oat bread, gentle sweetness from the earth. There's a quiet dignity in oat bread, a humble slice that doesn't demand attention but delivers an abundance of goodness when you take the time to understand its unique properties. For seniors navigating life with diabetes, oat bread offers not just essential nourishment, but a profound sense of calm and clarity in a world often cluttered with confusing and contradictory food choices. It's not flashy, it's not trendy, but it is, without question, one of the most comforting and supportive foods you can reintroduce into your daily life. Oats have long been a beloved staple in North American kitchens. Warm bowls of oatmeal on chilly mornings, the timeless comfort of oatmeal cookies in lunchboxes, and jars of rolled oats tucked neatly into pantry corners. But when oats are thoughtfully baked into bread, especially when combined with other whole grains and a touch of natural sweetness like molasses or raw honey, they create something truly special. A bread that soothes the body while gently, yet effectively, stabilizing blood sugar. The remarkable benefits of oats for seniors. The primary hero in oat bread is a unique type of soluble fiber called beta-glucan. This isn't just any fiber. Beta-glucan is a powerful therapeutic compound with scientifically proven benefits for metabolic health, particularly relevant for seniors. Exceptional blood sugar regulation. Unlike breads made with highly refined white flour that cause rapid glucose surges, oat bread, thanks to its high beta-glucan content, forms a gel-like substance in the digestive tract. This gel acts as a natural barrier, slowing down the digestion and absorption of carbohydrates. The result is a much slower, more gradual release of glucose into the bloodstream. For older adults whose insulin sensitivity may have naturally decreased with age, or who are managing type 2 diabetes, this gentle and sustained release is not just helpful, it's absolutely essential. It means no sharp spikes, no sudden crashes, but rather a steady, sustained flow of energy that helps you move through the day with greater clarity, focus, and physical strength. Heart Health Guardian. Beyond blood sugar control, beta-glucan is renowned for its heart protective qualities. It helps lower LDL, bad cholesterol by binding with bile acids in the intestine, leading to their excretion and prompting the liver to pull more cholesterol from the blood to make new bile. Given that cardiovascular disease risk increases with age, incorporating oat bread can be a simple, delicious way to support a healthy heart, gut health and digestive comfort. The soluble fiber in oat bread also functions as a prebiotic, meaning it feeds the beneficial bacteria in your gut. A thriving gut microbiome is fundamental to overall health, impacting everything from nutrient absorption and immune function to even mood and cognitive health. For seniors who may experience sluggish digestion or changes in gut flora, oat bread can gently support a healthy digestive system, leading to less bloating, reduced discomfort, and greater regularity. Nutrient-dense powerhouse. Oat bread is more than just fiber. It's packed with a spectrum of vital nutrients that are crucial for healthy aging. This includes magnesium, which supports muscle and nerve function and bone health. Iron, essential for energy and preventing anemia. B vitamins, critical for metabolism and neurological function, and a range of antioxidants that combat cellular damage. Embracing oat bread in your daily life. The emotional comfort derived from oat bread is just as significant as its nutritional profile. Its soft crumb and subtle sweetness often evoke memories of simpler times, a comforting familiarity that can be deeply reassuring. Consider toasting a slice in the morning and spreading a modest amount of almond butter or a homemade fruit spread, perhaps with a sprinkle of cinnamon, which we'll discuss more soon. What you get isn't just a healthy breakfast or snack, it's a small, intentional act of self-care. Or perhaps enjoy a slice alongside a warm bowl of vegetable soup or a lean protein salad for lunch. It warms you, grounds you, and serves as a gentle reminder that health isn't about rigid restriction, but about making smarter, more informed choices with foods that are already familiar and comforting. Many seniors express genuine surprise at how quickly oat bread becomes a trusted and beloved part of their daily routine. It's a seemingly small dietary adjustment, yes, but one that opens the door to improved digestion, more consistent energy, and a renewed relationship with food, deeply rooted in trust and genuine enjoyment. And if a slice of oat bread can offer so much, just wait until we rediscover a truly sweet childhood favorite. Yes, I'm talking about cinnamon raisin bread. It might just be the most heartwarming and diabetes-friendly surprise on our list. Let's turn the page and find out why. 3. Whole wheat cinnamon raisin bread. Sweet but safe. There is something undeniably nostalgic about cinnamon raisin bread. For many of us, it conjures vivid memories of crisp autumn mornings, the intoxicating scent of cinnamon gently drifting through the house, and those quiet, contemplative breakfasts accompanied by a steaming cup of coffee and a sense of warmth. It is the kind of bread that holds memories, woven into the fabric of our personal histories, and for older adults, particularly those diligently managing diabetes, it's often one of the first cherished comforts they believe they must relinquish entirely. Sweet bread, raisins, cinnamon. It feels inherently indulgent, inherently risky, entirely off limits. It's perceived as a forbidden pleasure, but what if that familiar, comforting slice, when made with care and intentionality, could actually support your blood sugar instead of jeopardizing it? The secret, as you'll discover, lies not just in the ingredients themselves, but in how we perceive and approach our food, not as a source of temptation or danger, but as an ongoing opportunity for balance, nourishment, and even profound joy. The smart science behind the sweetness. Traditional cinnamon raisin breads are indeed often problematic, typically made with highly refined white flour and an excessive amount of added sugars, turning them into little more than a dessert. However, when crafted with 100% whole wheat flour, this beloved bread transforms dramatically from a sugary trap into a slow, digesting, fiber-rich choice that works harmoniously with your body. The power of whole wheat. Unlike refined white flour, whole wheat flour retains the entire grain kernel, the bran, germ, and endosperm. This means it's packed with fiber, B vitamins, and a host of minerals. The fiber content is crucial here. It slows down the rate at which carbohydrates are digested and absorbed into the bloodstream. This translates to a more gradual rise in blood sugar, preventing the rapid spikes and subsequent crashes that can leave you feeling drained and impact your long-term diabetic control. Cinnamon, nature's sugar helper. While it's celebrated for its distinctive aromatic flavor, cinnamon offers something far more subtle and profoundly beneficial: a natural, scientifically recognized aid to blood sugar control. Numerous studies have indicated that cinnamon can help improve insulin sensitivity, making your body's cells more responsive to insulin and thus more effectively absorb glucose from the blood. It also appears to slow the absorption of glucose after a meal. So, in this context, cinnamon is not just a delightful spice, it's a functional ingredient that actively supports your metabolic health. Raisins. Mindful sweetness. Yes, raisins contain natural sugars. However, they also pack a good amount of dietary fiber and beneficial antioxidants. The key, as with many foods, lies in portion control and strategic pairing. When consumed in moderation, and especially when paired with a source of protein or healthy fat, for instance, a thin swipe of natural almond butter, a small dollop of Greek yogurt, or a slice of lean cheese, the natural sugars in the raisins are digested more slowly. That once feared sweetness then becomes something that feels both safe and deeply satisfying, proving that pleasure and disciplined eating can indeed coexist within the very same meal. Emotional reconnection and empowerment. Perhaps what is most profoundly powerful about whole wheat cinnamon raisin bread, particularly for seniors, is what it brings emotionally. For so many of us, food isn't just about nutrient intake, it's about deeply ingrained connections, to our past, to family traditions, to moments of profound joy. When you take a bite into a warm, fragrant slice of whole wheat cinnamon raisin bread, and taste that familiar, comforting blend of spice and dried fruit, you're not merely nourishing your physical body, you are actively reclaiming a piece of your past, experiencing joy without regret, and demonstrating to yourself that health doesn't demand total abstinence from pleasure. And that, my friends, truly matters. It matters because managing diabetes doesn't have to mean completely erasing beloved traditions. It doesn't have to signify a permanent farewell to everything sweet or comforting. Instead, it serves as an invitation, an invitation to rediscover those cherished comforts with new wisdom. Armed with knowledge, you can choose recipes that prioritize fewer, whole ingredients, minimize added sugars, and maximize fiber. Or you can select trusted store-bought brands that prominently list whole grains as the very first ingredient and keep sugar content to an absolute minimum. In doing so, you are not giving in to temptation. You are actively taking charge of your health, making deliberate, informed choices that serve your well-being. And just when you think you've made peace with the idea of enjoying sweet breads again, along comes another that's even closer to the heart, soft, golden, and filled with memories of sun-drenched Sunday mornings and the comforting warmth of a bustling kitchen. Let's talk about banana bread and why it's no longer off the table for you. 4. Banana nut bread, reimagined for your health. Few scents possess the power to instantly transform a house into a home quite like the warm, inviting aroma of banana bread baking in the oven. It's a potent sensory trigger, a vivid reminder of leisurely Sunday mornings, the comforting bustle of family kitchens, and simpler times when genuine sweetness came naturally from a bowl of perfectly ripe, speckled fruit, gently stirred by a loving hand in a worn ceramic bowl. For countless older adults, banana bread is far more than just a treat. It's a cherished memory, a taste of nostalgia. But when you are living with diabetes or working diligently to manage your blood sugar, this beloved classic often becomes one of the very first foods you are advised to give up. Too much sugar, you're told, too many carbs, too risky, and so, like so many other small joys, that fragrant, comforting ritual of baking or enjoying banana bread slowly, sadly, fades from the kitchen, relegated to the realm of forbidden pleasures. But what if I told you that banana nut bread doesn't need to be banished from your life, just intelligently rebuilt? The profound truth is that with a few intentional, science-backed changes, this deeply cherished North American classic can be transformed into a profoundly nourishing part of your routine, actively supporting your blood sugar stability instead of disrupting it. The key lies in intelligently honoring both its delightful flavor and its crucial function in your diet. Intelligent reinvention. The healthier banana bread blueprint. The conventional banana bread recipe relies heavily on white flour and significant amounts of added sugar, turning a potentially healthy fruit into a sugary indulgence. Our reinvention focuses on substituting these problematic ingredients with nutrient-dense alternatives, flour power, almond flour or oat flour, instead of refined white flour. We begin with alternative flours like almond flour or oat flour. These flours are naturally higher in dietary fiber and protein. This combination is a game changer for blood sugar management. Fiber slows down the rate at which carbohydrates are digested and absorbed, preventing rapid glucose spikes. Protein further contributes to satiety and helps stabilize blood sugar by slowing gastric emptying. Using these flours means your banana bread will keep you feeling fuller for longer, with sustained energy rather than a quick burst followed by a crash. Natural sweetness. Ripe bananas. The secret to reduced added sugar lies in embracing the natural sweetness of very ripe bananas. As bananas ripen, their starches convert into sugars, intensifying their sweetness. Just one or two very ripe, mashed bananas can provide ample natural sweetness for an entire loaf, significantly reducing or even eliminating the need for large quantities of refined sugar. This is a crucial distinction. Natural fruit sugars, when accompanied by fiber, behave very differently in the body than isolated, processed sugars, nutty goodness, walnuts and healthy fats. When you incorporate crushed walnuts, you're not just adding a delightful crunch and nutty flavor, you're integrating a powerhouse of healthy fats, including alpha-linolenic acid ALA, a plant-based omega-3 fatty acid. Omega-3s are renowned for their anti-inflammatory properties, which are beneficial for overall health and can play a role in improving insulin sensitivity. Walnuts also provide magnesium, a mineral vital for over 300 biochemical reactions in the body, including glucose control and nerve function. The cinnamon advantage again. A touch of cinnamon, as we discussed, further enhances the blood sugar, stabilizing properties of your banana bread, while beautifully complementing that familiar warm flavor. The most important ingredient. Intention. When you choose to bake or select banana nut bread that genuinely honors your health, every single bite becomes more meaningful. You're not just eating, you're engaging in a conscious act of self-care. Beyond nutrition, reclaiming joy and belonging. Many seniors find this reinvented version of banana bread to be nothing short of a revelation. It's not just easier on the body and blood sugar, it brings back something many truly believed they had lost forever: the simple, profound joy of baking, the warmth of sharing a homemade treat with loved ones, and the feeling of belonging, comfortably, at the table, served slightly warm, perhaps with a spoonful of plain Greek yogurt for an added protein boost, or a slice enjoyed quietly with a comforting cup of tea. This imagined banana bread offers more than mere comfort. It offers confidence. You are not cheating on your diet. You are not breaking the rules. Instead, you are thoughtfully choosing ingredients that actively serve your well-being, while simultaneously respecting your history and cherishing your beloved food traditions. That, my friends, is the kind of healthy relationship with food we all deeply deserve, especially in our later years, when comfort truly matters more than ever, but so too does maintaining control over our health. And just when you might think this delightful journey through better bread choices is complete, there's one more waiting for you. It's not sweet in the traditional sense, but its flavor is bold, its benefits are surprisingly profound, and it just might be the oldest bread in human history with the newest promise for modern health. Let's talk about sourdough. We'll explore why it might just be the most gut-friendly slice of all. 5. Sourdough bread, the old friend with new benefits. There is something truly timeless about sourdough bread. It's in its distinctively tangy aroma, the satisfying, gentle crackle when you tear into a perfectly crusty loaf, the way it pairs impeccably with a steaming hot bowl of hearty soup or a sharp, aged cheese. It is a bread that has quietly, steadfastly stood the test of time, an enduring testament to ancient culinary wisdom. For many older adults across North America, sourdough isn't merely food, it's a cherished memory, a deep comfort, a familiar, welcome guest at the family table through decades of personal and societal change. And now, as we age and conscientiously navigate new chapters of health, particularly when managing conditions like diabetes, sourdough is experiencing a profound resurgence in the spotlight. Its renewed popularity isn't solely due to its celebrated flavor, but increasingly, for its surprising and scientifically validated functional health benefits. The transformative power of fermentation. What truly sets traditional sourdough apart from most commercially produced breads isn't just its unique taste profile, it's its remarkable process. Unlike conventional breads that rely on fast-acting baker's yeast and often highly refined flours, sourdough is characterized by a long, slow fermentation using a symbiotic culture of wild yeasts and lactic acid bacteria, affectionately known as the sourdough starter. This extended, deliberate fermentation process is where the true magic happens, yielding profound benefits for your health, especially for blood sugar management and digestive comfort. Reduced glycemic load. During the lengthy fermentation, the lactic acid bacteria and wild yeasts actively work to break down much of the bread's natural starches and even a portion of the gluten. This enzymatic activity predigests many of the complex carbohydrates, effectively lowering the bread's glycemic load. This means that when you consume sourdough, the carbohydrates are converted into glucose and absorbed into your bloodstream much more slowly and steadily compared to non-sourdough breads. The result: fewer dramatic blood sugar spikes, more stable energy levels, and reduced stress on your insulin response system, something every senior managing blood sugar can genuinely appreciate. Gut health champion. Prebiotics and probiotics potential. Sourdough fermentation creates beneficial compounds known as prebiotics. These are non-digestible fibers that act as food for the healthy bacteria already residing in your gut. A robust, balanced gut microbiome is absolutely fundamental to holistic health, influencing everything from efficient nutrient absorption and a strong immune system to cognitive clarity and even emotional well-being. While the baking process typically reduces the number of live probiotics in the final loaf, the prebiotic effects remain, fostering a flourishing internal ecosystem. For seniors who may be facing challenges like sluggish digestion, altered gut flora due to medication, or compromised immune function, sourdough can gently, yet powerfully, support your entire system without causing overwhelm. Enhanced nutrient absorption. The presence of lactic acid during fermentation also plays another crucial role. It significantly helps to degrade phytic acid, an anti-nutrient found in grains, As we discussed earlier with sprouted grains, phytic acid can bind to essential minerals, hindering their absorption. By breaking down phytic acid, sourdough fermentation makes vital minerals like magnesium, zinc, and iron more bioavailable and effectively absorbed by your body. Nutrients that many older adults may be quietly lacking or have difficulty absorbing from other food sources. Improved digestibility for sensitive stomachs. For individuals with mild gluten sensitivity, not celiac disease, the extended fermentation process in sourdough can make the bread easier to digest. The beneficial bacteria break down some of the gluten proteins, reducing their potential to cause digestive discomfort, bloating, or gas. The emotional comfort of authenticity. Beyond its impressive nutritional profile, there's an inherent, grounding emotional comfort that comes from slicing into a perfectly baked loaf of sourdough. Its distinctive chewy crumb, that characteristic subtle tang. It feels inherently honest, real, and authentic. It invites you to slow down, to truly savor each bite, to be present with your food. Consider it toasted with a drizzle of high-quality olive oil and a sprinkle of freshly cracked black pepper. Build a hearty, nutritious turkey sandwich layered with fresh avocado. Or enjoy a warm slice alongside a serving of cottage cheese and fresh sliced tomatoes. These are not merely indulgences, they are small, yet significant, acts of nourishment, mindful rituals that can bring structure, satisfaction, and profound meaning to your day. Many seniors are genuinely surprised to learn that sourdough, particularly when traditionally made and consumed in mindful portions, can be one of the most blood sugar-friendly breads available. It's not just about what you eat, but profoundly, how your body responds to what you eat. And with authentic sourdough, the physiological response is often steady, supportive, and remarkably gentle. It serves as a powerful reminder that the old ways, slow, patient, thoughtful, and natural, often hold the deepest, most enduring wisdom for our health. So, yes, sourdough may appear to be an ordinary loaf, but in the right hands, and in the right portions, it can become a powerful, unassuming ally in your lifelong journey towards healthier, more vibrant aging. It's about embracing the familiar in a smarter, kinder, and more beneficial way. The other side of the coin, breads to approach with caution. As we celebrate these wonderfully beneficial bread choices, there's another crucial side of the story we simply cannot ignore. Because while some breads can actively help you feel balanced, strong, and energized, others may quietly, insidiously be working against your diligent efforts to maintain health and vitality. The real, urgent question is, which ones are they? And perhaps even more importantly, are they already sitting in your kitchen right now, masquerading as something harmless? Let's take a closer, more critical look. In a world where the bread aisle at the grocery store stretches longer than ever before, a dizzying array of colorful packaging, bold, often misleading health claims, and the comforting but sometimes illusory promise of endless choice, it's incredibly easy to forget that not all bread is created with your holistic well-being as its primary consideration, especially as we gracefully age, and particularly for those of us diligently managing conditions like diabetes. It becomes more profoundly important than ever to look far beyond the deceptive marketing labels and truly understand what we are consistently bringing into our homes and, most intimately, into our bodies. Some breads, though deeply familiar, widely available, and even nostalgically beloved, work quietly, persistently, and effectively against our conscious efforts to stay balanced, energetic, and well. It's not about fear, it's about informed awareness. Let's dissect some common culprits. The peril of white bread. Take white bread, for instance, soft, airy, and often inextricably associated with the comforting simplicity of childhood sandwiches. White bread is typically manufactured from highly refined wheat flour. In this refining process, the most valuable parts of the wheat kernel, the fibrous bran and the nutrient-rich germ, are stripped away. What remains is primarily the starchy endosperm, devoid of the crucial fiber, essential nutrients, and natural balance that would otherwise help slow down sugar absorption in your body. Without those vital elements, white bread digests at an alarming speed, almost immediately converting into glucose in your bloodstream. This leads to rapid, often dramatic, blood sugar spikes that leave you feeling tired, irritable, mentally foggy, or even dizzy and shaky shortly after consumption. While it might offer a fleeting moment of comfort, it profoundly fails to support the steady, sustained energy your mature body desperately needs to thrive and navigate the demands of your later years with grace and resilience. It is a calorie-dense, nutrient-poor choice, the deception of light breads. Then there are the so-called light breads, often prominently labeled as low-fat or low-calorie. On the surface, these might sound like intelligent, healthy choices, especially if you're focusing on weight management. However, the unsettling truth is that many of these breads attempt to compensate for fewer calories or less fat by adding more starches, emulsifiers, artificial sweeteners, or other processed additives. These often trick the body into craving more food, leading to a vicious cycle of overconsumption. While they may indeed be lower in fat, they are frequently higher in glycemic impact, meaning they can still lead to undesirable blood sugar fluctuations, potentially leaving your blood sugar worse off than it was before you ate them. A single slice might appear harmless, but over time, the cumulative effect of these processed, often nutritionally empty, options can be emotionally draining and physically counterproductive to your health goals. Sweet bakery breads and flavored bagels, the dessert disguise. And absolutely do not overlook the sweet bakery breads or highly flavored bagels often found enticingly displayed in deli cases and grocery store bakeries. I'm talking about varieties like cinnamon crunch, blueberry swirl, honey glazed, or even seemingly innocuous, plain bagels that are deceptively large. These items are often far more akin to a dessert pastry than a functional bread designed to nourish your body. They are typically laden with excessive amounts of added sugar, refined carbohydrates, and often unhealthy fats. What feels like a light, harmless morning treat can, in reality, contain as much or even more sugar than a full-sized candy bar, yet offer almost none of the beneficial fiber, protein, or healthy fats that would help your body process those sugars efficiently and mitigate their negative impact on blood sugar. The multigrain myth. Even multigrain bread isn't always what it seems. And this is a particularly pervasive and tricky one. Unless the label unequivocally lists whole grain, or 100% whole wheat, as the very first ingredient, what you may be purchasing is nothing more than a refined white bread loaf cleverly colored brown with artificial molasses or caramel coloring, containing very little actual whole grain nutritional value. It's bread dressed up to look healthy and wholesome, but it offers little to no real support to your metabolic system or overall well-being. Always check the ingredient list diligently. Marketing hype versus nutritional reality. And here's perhaps the hardest truth of all. Even some breads that explicitly claim to be diabetes-friendly or blood sugar-friendly can be misleading. Marketing terms in the food industry are not always backed by rigorous scientific regulation, and a long, complicated list of unfamiliar ingredients often signals more processing, more unnecessary additives, and consequently, fewer genuine health benefits. The simpler the ingredient list, the better. Ideally, you want to see whole grains, water, salt, and perhaps a leavening agent. When ingredients are minimal and recognizable, your body understands them better, processes them more efficiently, and it becomes far easier to maintain stable energy, healthy digestion, and optimal blood sugar control. Being mindful about these bread choices doesn't mean succumbing to fear or developing an unhealthy obsession with labels. It means cultivating profound awareness. It means taking a moment to read labels critically, asking informed questions even if just to yourself, and remembering that every single bite you take is a powerful choice, an opportunity to either profoundly support or subtly strain your incredible system. And the truly good news, once you are equipped with the knowledge of what to approach with caution, what's left on the table, the truly nourishing options we've discussed, becomes even more empowering, more delicious, and more genuinely aligned with a life of vitality. It's food that genuinely loves you back. Beyond bread, the broader pillars of health for seniors. While we've focused deeply on bread today, it serves as a powerful metaphor for a much broader truth, that proactive, informed choices across several key pillars of health are foundational for vibrant aging. My commitment as your physician extends far beyond single dietary recommendations. It encompasses a holistic view of well-being that truly supports you in living your fullest, most independent life. Let's briefly touch upon these interconnected pillars, as they are essential companions to your smart food choices. Hydration, the unsung hero, often overlooked. Adequate hydration is absolutely critical, particularly for older adults. As we age, our thirst sensation can diminish, making it easy to become subtly dehydrated without realizing it. Even mild dehydration can lead to fatigue, confusion, dizziness, increasing fall risk, and impact kidney function, digestion, and cognitive clarity. Make a conscious effort to sip water consistently throughout the day. Herbal teas, water infused with fruit, or even unsweetened sparkling water can help make hydration more appealing. Aim for at least 6-8 glasses daily, unless advised otherwise by your doctor for specific medical conditions. Physical activity and mobility. Movement is medicine. This is non-negotiable for healthy aging. It's not about running marathons. It's about consistent, intentional movement that suits your body. Strength training. Even light resistance exercises using body weight, resistance bands, or light weights 2 to 3 times a week can significantly improve muscle mass, bone density, and metabolic rate, all crucial for blood sugar control. Strong muscles also protect joints and improve balance. Cardiovascular health. Brisk walking, swimming, cycling, or dancing for at least 150 minutes a week, about 30 minutes, 5 days a week, boosts heart health, circulation, and energy levels. Flexibility and balance. Gentle stretching, Tai Chi, or yoga can dramatically improve flexibility, range of motion, and critically, balance. Falls are a leading cause of injury and loss of independence for seniors. Incorporating balance exercises into your routine is a powerful preventative measure. Consult your doctor or a physical therapist to find safe, effective exercises tailored to your abilities. Cognitive health and mental well-being. Your mind is just as important as your body. Brain stimulation. Keep your brain active. Engage in lifelong learning. Read regularly. Do puzzles. Learn a new skill or language. Social interaction, which we'll discuss, also plays a huge role in cognitive vitality. Stress management. Chronic stress elevates cortisol, which can negatively impact blood sugar, sleep, and overall health. Explore mindfulness practices, meditation, deep breathing exercises, spending time in nature, or engaging in hobbies you love. Social connection and purpose. Loneliness and isolation are significant health risks for seniors, impacting both mental and physical health. Actively seek out social connections, family, friends, community groups, volunteer opportunities, senior centers. Having a sense of purpose, whether through hobbies, helping others, or personal projects, is a powerful driver of well-being and longevity. You are never too old to contribute, to learn, or to connect. Sleep quality, the foundation of restoration. Good sleep is not a luxury, it's a biological necessity. Especially as we age, poor sleep profoundly impacts blood sugar regulation, immune function, mood, and cognitive abilities. Aim for 7-9 hours of quality sleep per night. Sleep hygiene. Establish a consistent sleep schedule even on weekends. Create a dark, quiet, cool bedroom environment. Limit screen time before bed, and avoid heavy meals, caffeine, and alcohol close to bedtime. Daytime activity. Regular physical activity during the day can significantly improve sleep quality at night. Address sleep apnea insomnia. If you suspect sleep apnea or chronic insomnia, discuss it with your physician. These are treatable conditions. Preventative care and chronic condition management. This is where your trusted healthcare team comes in. Regular check. UPS. Don't skip your annual physicals, blood work, and screenings e.g., mammograms, colonoscopies. These are crucial for early detection and prevention. Medication management. Be an active participant in understanding your medications. Ask questions. Know their purpose, potential side effects, and how they interact. If you're managing diabetes, regular monitoring of your blood sugar levels and consistent communication with your doctor are paramount. Vaccinations. Stay up to date on recommended vaccinations, including flu shots, pneumonia vaccines, and shingles vaccines, as these can prevent serious illness. Oral health. Don't forget dental check. UPS. Oral health is intricately linked to overall systemic health, including heart health and diabetes management. These pillars are interconnected. When you make a smart choice with your bread, it reinforces your commitment to nutrition. When you move your body, you support better sleep and blood sugar control. When you connect with others, you boost your mental well-being. It's a beautiful, reinforcing cycle of well-being. Now that we've journeyed through both the beneficial and cautionary aspects of bread, and touched upon the broader landscape of healthy aging, there's one final truth to explore. The overarching message that ties all of this together. Because in the end, this journey, this conversation, is not just about bread, or even just about health statistics. It's profoundly about you, your daily rhythm, and how these seemingly small, informed changes can profoundly lead to a bigger, brighter, and more fulfilling life. Let's bring all these insights home. A final word: bread, balance, and the life you still deserve. As we gracefully grow older, our relationship with food naturally evolves. It becomes far more than mere sustenance. It transforms into a quiet, yet powerful, reflection of how we truly care for ourselves, both body and soul. And within the rich, unfolding story of aging well, bread, in its humble simplicity, plays a far deeper, more symbolic role than most of us ever realize. It's not simply a matter of carbs or calories. It's about deep, seated memory, cherished tradition, profound nourishment, and the comforting rituals that have so gracefully shaped our lives across many decades. For too many seniors, especially those diligently managing diabetes, bread has, unfortunately, been unjustly cast as the enemy. It's often perceived as a fleeting pleasure we're sternly told to avoid, a cherished comfort we're harshly asked to deny ourselves. But, my friends, that narrative, that story of deprivation, is not just incomplete, it is fundamentally flawed. The liberating truth is this: not all bread poses a threat to our health, and certainly, not all comfort is inherently dangerous. With the right knowledge, the kind of empowering insights we've shared today, with intentional, informed choices, and with a touch of open-minded curiosity, bread can once again reclaim its rightful place as a vibrant source of health, profound joy, and yes, even deep healing in your life. The 5 remarkable breads we've explored today: sprouted grain, oat bread, whole wheat cinnamon raisin, reinvented banana nut, and classic sourdough, are not exotic, unreachable, or overly complicated. On the contrary, they are practical, widely accessible, and deeply familiar. What sets them apart, what makes them truly transformative, is how they are meticulously made, how they interact synergistically with your unique physiology, and how they respectfully honor the natural changes that come with the wisdom of age. These are breads that are characteristically slow to digest, rich in vital fiber, often naturally fermented, or gently sweetened with whole foods, and, most importantly, they fundamentally respect your body's intrinsic wisdom instead of working in opposition to it. Being truly mindful about your bread choices, or indeed, any food choice, is not about striving for unattainable perfection. It's about cultivating a profound attentiveness to how your body genuinely feels after a meal. Do you feel truly nourished, steadily energized, mentally clear and focused, or do you experience fogginess, fatigue, and a sense of dissatisfaction? Your body, in its profound wisdom, is constantly speaking to you. When we learn to genuinely listen to its subtle cues and overt signals, we begin a powerful transformation, replacing fear, guilt, and confusion with clarity, confidence, and genuine empowerment. You are absolutely not too old to initiate meaningful change. You are never too late to embark on a journey of healing, rediscovery, and self-optimization. Every single slice of bread you choose with thoughtful care and informed intention is a small, yet profound, act of rebellion against the pervasive, defeatist myth that aging inevitably means decline, restriction, or losing parts of yourself. It simply does not. Aging, when approached mindfully and with intention, is not about decline. It is about refinement. It means truly coming home to yourself, understanding your body's evolving needs with greater clarity. It means nourishing yourself in ways that profoundly comfort both your physical body and your tender spirit. So, the very next time you reach for bread, whether it's for a satisfying sandwich, a comforting morning toast, or a warm, grounding companion to your soup, I encourage you to pause for just a moment, take a deep breath, and remember this vital truth: you possess choices, and within those choices lies a kind of quiet, formidable power, an inner strength that unequivocally declares, I still matter, my health still matters, and I absolutely, unequivocally still deserve joy at my table. Every single day, your journey through life, especially in these wise, mature years, is not about endless restriction. It is a magnificent journey of rediscovery, of reclaiming pleasure, and of nurturing your well-being. And the very best part of all, you've already taken that incredibly brave, essential first step, simply by choosing to spend this time with me today. These lessons, these insights, are meant to do more than just inform. They are designed to deeply inspire you to live fully, authentically, and vibrantly, on your own terms. Now, I would truly love to hear from you. Take a moment to reflect and share just one single thing you've learned today, and one practical way you plan to apply it in your own life. Let's support each other and build a community on this remarkable journey toward embracing these profound truths. If you genuinely enjoyed this video and found it helpful, please consider leaving a comment below with the number 1 foot. If, for any reason, you felt it missed the mark or could be improved, 0 foot will provide me with invaluable feedback to create better content for you in the future. Your input means the world to me, and please, don't forget to like this video, share it with anyone you believe could benefit from these insights, and subscribe to our channel for more content like this, specifically curated for your health and vitality. Thank you so much for watching, and here's to living life, truly, fully, and vibrantly, on your own amazing terms.